Welcome to my channel where we explore the dark and twisted world of horror stories. Whether you're a fan of classic tales or new and innovative horror, you'll find something to enjoy here. So sit back, relax, and let's get scared together. For years ago, I stepped into an apartment that would forever haunt my memories. My girlfriend's melodic voice found its home in the smoky ambience of bars and pubs, while I treaded the uncertain path of job hunting. Our daily routines led us to contemplate a new abode closer to her stage. Amidst our search, a certain afternoon stands out, a time when I wandered the cityscape, scanning 10 potential dwellings near my workplace. Hours ebbed away until, around 5 p.m., I stumbled upon a peculiar apartment building. 8 stories high, it exuded an enigmatic aura, nestled in the cool shade of ancient trees. Crossing its threshold, I encountered Anton, the apartment's keeper. She revealed that only 3 vacancies remained. Intrigued, we embarked on a tour of these 3 prospects, only to discover the same air of neglect in each, an atmosphere of mustiness and aged furnishings that sent a shiver down my spine. Displeased, we signaled our disinterest. It was then that Anton, almost mysteriously, mentioned another option. Perplexed, we asked about the floor this hidden room occupied. To our surprise, Anton indicated the 7th floor. However, when we arrived on the 7th floor and followed her, she led us down a corridor and opened a fire escape door. Confusion swirled within me as she guided us to the mezzanine between the 6th and 7th floors. There, inconspicuously tucked away, was a door. The room lay beyond it, an unexpected paradise. Its charm captured me instantly, a realm free of the mustiness that plagued the other spaces. Yet, Anton divulged no details about the room's history or qualities. It was a peculiar decision, but the room's allure prompted a hasty yes from me, sealed before rational thought could intervene. As I learned the cost of this newfound haven, disappointment struck. The rent exceeded my budget's limits. Driven by desire, I engaged in an unusual negotiation with Anton, resulting in an astonishing price reduction, one that defied reason. Agreeing without much thought, we swiftly moved our belongings into the new apartment, eager to prepare it for our stay. With hurried determination, I envisioned myself sleeping in this newfound sanctuary. The clock struck 1 a.m. as we finally concluded cleaning and packing. The room, now arranged and awaiting us, seemed even more inviting. Exhaustion overtook us, and we collapsed onto the bed. As my girlfriend succumbed to sleep, I lingered on my phone until the drowsiness enveloped me. The hour approached 3 a.m., and as weariness began to pull me under, an eerie noise intruded. A chair dragged slowly across the floor from the room above, echoed like a haunting whisper. The sound slithered into my consciousness, yet my fatigue coerced me to ignore its ominous cadence and surrender to slumber. Days pressed on, and on my girlfriend's day off, we embarked on a shopping spree to adorn our newfound haven. The night arrived, shrouding the apartment in darkness as the clock struck 3 a.m. This time, the sound of a chair being dragged was amplified, its resonance resounding in the stillness. My girlfriend and I exchanged glances, perplexed by the recurrent disturbance. We rationalized that perhaps an inhabitant upstairs was merely moving furniture during the nocturnal hours. A week elapsed, and the same eerie noise manifested once again, the unmistakable sound of a chair being dragged, creeping into our awareness with calculated intent. An unsettling air permeated the room. My girlfriend's voice trembled in the silence, questioning the eerie symphony of dragging chairs. Abruptly, the chair's movement ceased, only to be replaced by an unsettling twist. The doorknob in our room began to turn off its own accord. Fear surged through us, immobilizing our bodies. With hearts racing, we remained shrouded beneath the safety of our blanket, too terrified to confront whatever malevolent presence lurked just beyond our vision. The relentless cycle of eerie occurrences persisted. Each morning at the exact stroke of 3 a.m., the haunting sound of a chair scraping across the floor infiltrated our reality. An eerie familiarity enveloped us, tethering us to this unnatural rhythm. We braced ourselves each night, anticipating the inevitable chair-dragging symphony that would pierce the stillness at the witching hour. And as if fate found its grim satisfaction in our anticipation, the chair's grating echo would manifest without fail. It became an unholy routine, an unsettling reminder that our haven was ensnared in the clutches of an unseen enigma. Remarkably, though the phantom chair seemed to orchestrate its eerie performance, it remained merely a sound, a haunting auditory companion, yet to cross the threshold into more tangible terror. Seeking to bolster our lives amid the inexplicable, my girlfriend and I embarked on a venture to generate extra income. Our plan revolved around the resale of clothes and goods through social media. Returning home, we infused our room with a palpable energy, a shift from the prevailing unease to a new sense of purpose. The room transformed, becoming a makeshift studio for our live broadcasts. Amidst our preparations, amidst the shifting of furniture and the adorning of surfaces, I stumbled upon a seemingly innocuous cartoon sticker tucked behind the closet. A pull, a peel, and my world shifted. Behind the innocuous facade lay a chilling revelation. Stark black letters etched a haunting message. I was afraid. We hesitated, unwilling to delve further into the implications of this ominous discovery. Despite our trepidation, the subsequent nights remained unchanged, with the clock's hands marking 3 a.m., accompanied by the unsettling sound of that accursed chair being dragged. The shadowed narrative took a darker turn when Joy, my girlfriend's younger sister, entered the equation. One night, the clock's hand approached the dreaded 3 a.m., a time that had become synonymous with eerie disturbances. Joy's panicked cries sliced through the stillness, prompting a hasty call from her to my phone. Alarmed, I inquired about her distress, but her words were a mere summons. Hurry back to the room now. Fueled by concern, my girlfriend and I raced back to our haven. The moment the door swung open, a chilling sight greeted us. Joy, huddled in a corner, tears streaming down her trembling form. The room seemed to hold an unspoken terror, as if the very air was charged with dread. In a trembling voice, Joy recounted her experience, the dread-filled sound of a chair being dragged from above, and a vision that defied reason, someone peering at her through the window nestled between the 6th and 7th floors. Our shared realm of strange occurrences seemed to have spiraled into a new dimension of fear. Despite our disbelief, Joy's terror was undeniable, and my girlfriend and I stood as shocked witnesses to her torment. Offering comfort, we coaxed her to regain her composure, urging her not to dwell on the unsettling encounter. Eventually, she retreated to the bathroom to wash away her distress. However, the respite was fleeting. In less than a minute, Joy burst forth from the bathroom, her fear once again consuming her. Trembling, She stammered out a chilling revelation. The reflection in the bathroom mirror had taken on a sinister grin, despite Joy herself standing motionless. A wave of dread washed over us, a confirmation that the malevolent forces within our realm were no mere flights of imagination. A decision was made, fueled by an instinctual need for safety. We sought refuge at my brother Tom's house. In Tom, we found an ally who relished the macabre, a soul drawn to ghostly tales and unflinching challenges. I recounted the unnerving events that had transpired within the confines of our once sacred sanctuary. Tom's response was eager, almost anticipatory, as he declared his intent to investigate our room, eager to confront the enigma head-on. The day of reckoning arrived, a sunlit precursor to the ominous night that would follow. Picking up my girlfriend from work, we embarked on a mission to unravel the mysteries shrouding our room. Tom, our audacious companion, greeted us upon arrival, his initial impression of the place piercing through our steadfast denial. "Hey, how are you guys living together here? Why is this room so old and humid?" His words cut through my defense, but I remained adamant, dismissing his observations as mere exaggerations. Tom, however, continued to scrutinize every nook and cranny, his exploration eventually leading him to the corner of the room. There, an inconspicuous ceiling stood out, as if it had been recently plastered, a square-shaped anomaly, a deliberate concealment of something undisclosed. As the clock inched toward the dreaded hour, an atmosphere of apprehension consumed us. The chair's eerie melody resounded again, its timbre more dissonant, more unsettling than before. 6 pairs of eyes met in a tense tableau of shared fear, as we grappled with the inexplicable forces at play. Tom broke the silence, his voice an attempt to pierce the heavy air. "Hey, shall we go upstairs and look?" My instinct recoiled from the idea, a primal resistance to the unknown. Yet, a mingling of suspicion and the collective strength of our group emboldened me. The decision was made. All 6 of us ascended the stairs, climbing toward the 8th floor via the fire escape. Crossing the threshold of the mezzanine between the 7th and 8th floors, a shocking revelation awaited us. A room, previously unseen, materialized before our eyes. A room devoid of conventional access, yet a narrow channel offered a passage just wide enough for a person to traverse. The implications weigh heavily on us. Had we been lured into this hidden void, manipulated by forces beyond our understanding? Stepping into the room, we were greeted by an unsettling sight, thick layers of dust coating every surface, a testimony to years of neglect. It was undeniably uninhabitable, a space trapped in time. Yet, within the dust-laden gloom, an uncanny familiarity emerged. The dressing table and desk bore an uncanny resemblance to those in my own room. A growing sense of dread gripped me as Tom directed our attention to the floor, where a chilling revelation awaited. The hole in the floor, the same shape as the plastered concealment in my own room, aligned disturbingly perfectly. The implications were inescapable. These hidden chambers were inexorably linked, a secret network of eerily identical spaces. As we ventured further into the room, unease deepened, and my girlfriend's escalating fear compelled her to speak. "Let's go back." We moved toward the exit, but Tom's audacity spurred him on. "There's nothing in this room. There's no one there. Where did the noise dragging the table come from?" Let's cool him down again. His words were a challenge, a bold confrontation of the inexplicable. Yet, as if in sinister response, The sound of a table being dragged echoed through the air. It wasn't the room that birthed the sound, but it seemed to reverberate in our minds. Fear engulfed us, propelling us out of that haunting space in a frenzied retreat. Gathered together, 6 shaken souls grappled with the unfathomable events that had transpired. A chilling consensus emerged. This was no human mischief, but the work of something spectral, something beyond our realm of understanding. Dispersing into the night, the 3 of us remaining clung to each other, our collective fear tangible beneath the blanket's shroud. With the dawn, my girlfriend's revelation pierced the veil of our broken sleep. Her dream was a macabre tapestry. A woman, shackled and kneeling, consumed something unspeakable at the foot of our bed. Joy's interjection further cemented the connection, her own dream mirroring my girlfriend's. The grim reality was impossible to ignore. The shared horrors of our nightly haunting were etched deep within our psyches. The choice was clear, a unanimous pact forged from terror. We would leave this cursed place, severing our ties to the spectral forces that had tormented us. Taking decisive action, I approached Aunt May to announce our intention to vacate the accursed room. However, her response was met with resistance, her words lingering like a spectral echo. "Why are you in a hurry to move out? The lease is still not complete." Auntie didn't return the deposit. The allure of money no longer held sway over me. Escape from this living nightmare had become my sole focus. A lingering suspicion compelled me to delve deeper, to uncover the truth behind the malevolent forces that tormented us within those walls. I pressed Aunt May for answers, recounting my discoveries, watching her visage contort with a pallor of discomfort. Her silence was deafening, yet I persisted. The dam of her silence eventually broke, and she revealed the sordid history of the building. In the annals of time, this place had once been a haven of ownership, a dwelling place for individual families. But capitalist greed shattered that equilibrium, transforming the once-owned condos into a rental enclave. I probed further, seeking insight into the room that had ensnared us. Aunt May revealed the grim truth. Our room was a duplex, a layered abode linked by a staircase. It was once the dwelling of a tormented mother and her brain-damaged child. A chilling narrative unraveled. The daughter, captive within her own affliction, found solace in the destruction of her surroundings. She pursued her mother's life with a knife, her tortured mind seeking release in violence. The mother's stress, exacerbated by her child's condition, drove her to an unthinkable act. She chained her own flesh and blood beneath her, subjecting her to a life of torment. As the night descended, the child's wails echoed through the room, an anguished symphony of suffering. Yet, the mother remained indifferent, the cries muffled by the darkness of her own demons. The culmination of despair came in a macabre display of maternal cruelty. The child, shackled and tormented, succumbed to the suffocating weight of despair. The mother, driven to her own breaking point, watched as her daughter etched a plea for mercy on the room's walls. "Don't hit me, I am afraid." In an act both haunting and heart-wrenching, the mother, driven by her own inner demons, bound herself to her child in death, their souls forever entwined within those cursed walls. The truth painted an agonizing picture of misery, an existence defined by suffering and despair. The room, the stage for such malevolence, had been sealed on the second floor, hidden from sight, and offered anew on the first floor for unsuspecting renters like us. The weight of the truth bore down on me, anger and betrayal warring within my chest as Aunt May's concealment unraveled before me. Fueled by a mixture of indignation and fear, I declared my intent to depart immediately. Swiftly, I gathered my possessions and scrubbed away any lingering traces of her presence. As I cast one last glance at the room that had once held a deceptive allure, a wave of shock coursed through me. The very space I had once found heavenly had metamorphosed into a desolate chamber of decay. It now stood shrouded in shadows, a sinister contrast to the alluring facade that had initially ensnared me. The room's true nature had been obscured, hidden beneath layers of deceitful charm. How had I failed to perceive its malevolent aura from the start? I pondered, a chilling realization settling over me. Had I seen it for what it truly was, I would have never chosen to inhabit its haunted confines. With a heavy heart and newfound wisdom, I closed the door to that room, severing my connection to the malevolent forces that had plagued us. The weight of the past lingered, a chilling reminder of the horrors that had transpired within those walls. As I stepped out into the daylight, a sense of liberation washed over me. The ordeal had etched its mark on my soul, but it had also gifted me with a profound understanding of the inexplicable and the darkness that could lie hidden within the seemingly mundane. My girlfriend, Joy, and I left that haunted apartment behind, our bond strengthened by the shared terrors we had faced. As we walked away, I couldn't help but look back once more, knowing that the secrets of that room would forever remain trapped within its walls, a silent testament to the unfathomable mysteries that can lurk within the most unassuming places. Thank you, awesome audience, for tuning in. Your support and enthusiasm mean the world to us. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on our latest content. Until next time, keep spreading positivity and embracing creativity. Stay amazing, and we'll see you soon.